Celebrities in a nutshell.
Al Capone, the rise and fall of America's most notorious gangster. Welcome back. Today, we dive into the life of Alphonse Gabriel Capone, better known as Al Capone, a name synonymous with organized crime and the Prohibition era. Join us as we unravel the story of his rise to power, his notorious criminal empire, and his eventual downfall. Alphonse Gabriel Capone was born on January 17, 1899, in Brooklyn, New York, to Italian immigrant parents. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, Capone was drawn to a life of crime from an early age. Capone's early criminal activities included petty theft and gang involvement. He eventually became a member of the 5 Points Gang, where he met his mentor, Johnny Torrio. In 1919, Torrio invited Capone to join him in Chicago, a move that would set the stage for Capone's infamous career. Chicago in the 1920s was a city ripe for criminal enterprise, especially with the onset of Prohibition in 1920. The ban on alcohol created a lucrative black market, and Capone quickly established himself as a key player in the illegal liquor trade. By the mid-1920s, Capone had taken over Torrio's operations, becoming the head of the Chicago outfit. Known for his ruthless tactics and ability to bribe public officials, Capone controlled a vast network of speakeasies, gambling dens, and brothels. Capone's reign was marked by violence and corruption. One of the most notorious events during his rule was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1929, where 7 members of a rival gang were brutally murdered. Although Capone was never directly linked to the crime, it cemented his reputation as a ruthless mob boss. Despite his criminal activities, Capone was often seen as a modern-day Robin Hood by some, providing for the poor and engaging in charitable activities. However, his violent methods and blatant disregard for the law made him a prime target for law enforcement. In 1931, federal authorities finally caught up with Capone, not for his violent crimes, but for tax evasion. After a highly publicized trial, he was sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. Capone served time in several prisons, including the infamous Alcatraz. His time in prison took a toll on his health, and he was eventually released in 1939 due to his deteriorating condition. After his release, Capone retreated to his mansion in Palm Island, Florida, where he lived out his final years in relative obscurity, suffering from the effects of syphilis. He passed away on January 25, 1947, marking the end of an era. Al Capone's life has been immortalized in countless books, movies, and TV shows. His story is a complex tale of crime, power, and the American dream gone awry. While his methods were ruthless, his impact on American history is undeniable. As we reflect on the life of Al Capone, we are reminded of the allure and danger of the criminal world. His story serves as both a cautionary tale and a fascinating chapter in the history of organized crime. Today, Chicago stands as a vibrant city, far removed from the days of Prohibition and gang wars. Yet, the legacy of Al Capone lingers in the annals of its history, a reminder of a time when the underworld and high society were inextricably linked. While Al Capone's name is often synonymous with crime and corruption, it's essential to remember the broader context of his actions. The Prohibition era was a time of significant social and economic upheaval, creating an environment where organized crime could flourish. Capone was a product of his time, a figure who both shaped and was shaped by the turbulent era in which he lived. As we conclude our exploration of Al Capone's life, we invite you to consider the lessons his story offers. The rise and fall of one of history's most infamous gangsters remind us of the consequences of unchecked power, the importance of law and order, and the enduring battle between good and evil. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Al Capone. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Celebrities in a Nutshell for more deep dives into the lives of history's most fascinating figures. Let us know in the comments what you think of Capone's legacy and who you'd like us to feature next. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.